Welcome, Jasper United Methodist Church family. Welcome back to my office for a check-in with Pastor Greg today. I know it's been a little while. I have been trying to figure what to say and what to share with you. But we're together today. And I want to remind you to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can share worship and we can share check-ins together from time to time. Got a couple of things to make you aware of and to let you know about, and then I just want to share some thoughts with you today. First off, this coming Sunday, the 31st of January, we'll be sharing in Holy Communion, both with the in-person folks and with those of you at home. So for those of you at home, I want to encourage you to get your elements together. Prepare some form of bread to use for communion and some type of juice or some other drink that you can share with your family and plan to be a part of that time together on Sunday morning. The other thing I need to make you aware of is our friends at the Timothy House are in need of a volunteer with nursing credentials. They are in need of someone who still has their nursing credentials and are willing to come out and volunteer. If you would be willing and would like to know more about it, please contact me and I will get you in touch with the Timothy House folks out there in charge. They're needing someone to work with them and doing testing for COVID, those kinds of things. So if you are a nurse with credentials and would like to volunteer, or you know somebody you'd like to suggest to them, have them give me a call. Let me tell them a little bit more about what they're looking for and get them in touch with Pastor Bob out of the Timothy House. Today I want to share some thoughts with you. I've been contemplating and praying over the last few weeks, knowing the aggravation of the COVID-19, knowing the concern and the unknown of experiencing a change in leadership here in our country. I know that there's a lot of feelings and anxiousness and some concern and those kinds of things. And really, truthfully, that's why we've been focused on our commitment to Christ here in the month of January. January is a great time to recommit our lives, to focus on what it means to be committed to Christ. But I've also know that it's that kind of thing that will help us get through what it is we're feeling anxious about, what it is we're concerned about. Because God can help us get through anything, can get us through anything. And when we are committed in a relationship with God, God will help us. We just have to give ourselves over to it. This coming Sunday, we're going to be talking about calling. We're going to be talking about what it means to be a disciple of Jesus and what a calling in that is about. And I'm not talking just about a calling to being a pastor. I'm talking about a calling of being a follower of Jesus. A calling helps us know that is where we're supposed to be as a follower of Jesus. God desires for all of us to be in relationship with Him. God calls us into that relationship, offers us that gift. When I think about calling, there's a picture that hangs here in my office. I'll try to show it to you today. If you see that for a minute, you see that picture? It hangs here in my office. It was a gift given to me by someone who was a youth coordinator or a youth worker in the church that I grew up in. And she gave this to me a little later in my life, but that is actually me walking past a prayer chapel or a prayer arbor there at St. Simon's Island at Epworth by the Sea. She gave me this, and on the back of it, it is written that this was in the summer of 1981. It was at Epworth by the Sea. And her little note to me was, "I always knew you would be a pastor. I always knew you'd be a pastor." Well, I'm glad she knew, because I wasn't sure many times in my life. And I still have moments when I doubt what it is and why God has called me into such an honored place. I'm not always good at my job. I'm not always good at being the pastor I need to be. But I know I try every day. And I know that I love God, and that God has taught me to love people with a passion that is hard to explain sometimes. I may not be perfect. I may not always do it right. But my calling is what pushes me forward. Not just my calling to be a pastor, but my calling to be a disciple of Jesus. This coming Sunday, we're going to dive a little deeper into those few little thoughts. And I hope that you'll join us as we share together in worship on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Here in our sanctuary, we will have 80 seats available. If you haven't called and made a reservation, you've got the rest of today and tomorrow to call and make your reservation. So I invite you to join us. If you're not going to join us and you're going to watch at home, I want to encourage you to have your elements of communion ready, as we will share in that, as we will share in the commitment God has made to us through His sacrifice, and the commitment that we make when we answer God's call to follow Him. Look forward to having you with us. Look forward to spending time with you. God bless. Have a great rest of your day, and looking toward a wonderful weekend. Amen.